Silence is the moving of him out of the room. Just to be difficult.
Oh no, he's not allowed outside of my room. I'll lose her. There's no room in our house to put my stuff anywhere. There's not enough room to put all of my plushies, but you know, it's fine.
Anyways, we're live.
God. I can't get a IKEA shack until I move because it's huge. Unfortunately.
Alright, we're live.
Yeah.
I wonder how big IKEA shack is though.
We have a DG in chat.
Hi
Wow.
DG!
Hello.
Because he will be because his map will be getting shown today.
Yeah,
Wowie.
true. Pug.
Ooh, so
But
impressive.
before we see DG's map, I have a map for y'all.
You have a map for me, us?
So, over the course of the weeks, about 2 months of you being in the city, laying low, bringing in resources, construction has finally finished in the warehouse, or at least the construction for now. New walls have been put up, new torches have been mounted, and
Yo, let's go!
Wowie.
the kitchen has been stocked, the bedrooms have been stocked, and the beds for the medical area have been stocked. This is your base of operations inside the city of Eternia.
Nice.
Why hasn't anyone caught on yet is a real question, really. We're lucky, I guess.
Well, I mean, you do know who you're in a party with, so.
Yeah, I'm used to surprisingly really lucky for some reason.
Well.
So, with your building project now complete, you can open your shelter and / clinic to the poor and impoverished of the city.
So, just make sure when you drink it, you finish it.
Oh.
Or you can just
during the startup and people signed to come in, receive medical attention from the cleric in the medical ward, having a place to rest and another place for warm food to eat. Very quickly, all of your beds fill in both the rest area and the medical ward. And generally, people seem to be fairly happy when they come in, when they leave here after their stays. Much better spirits, much better health, and you get, over the course of about a week, you start to see very familiar faces as you slowly get to know the people in the area from working with them.
Wowie.
Rivius and Elwyn,
Yeah.
you will both recognize that after a few days, Luna does come in, the sick tiefling.
How's she doing?
She tells you that with her diet, things are still difficult, but they have improved.
That's good.
She still has a lot of pain and still has days where she has to basically stay in bed the entire day, but they're fewer and further between.
Wowie.
After about after about 2 weeks, Woodrow comes in and goes straight past reception through the medical area and into the kitchen, where he walks in, takes a big sniff, and then goes, "Gore, I need you."
Yeah. Gore will stop what he's doing and quickly tidy up what he can and leave it to whoever else is helping, maybe, if there's anyone. And
Yeah, they would, at
Give
this
him up.
point, there would probably be a few people who have started to volunteer to help.
you'll give him a couple instructions too, and then walk over to Woodrow.
Well, I've been hoping to avoid it until we were better established, but this is as good as we're gonna get. The High Command is starting to ask for my champion to present himself.
Sounds like a good time, anyways. I could use the exercise.
Good, because you're definitely going to be getting it. We'll talk on the way. If anybody wants to join to see how things work in the pits, they're free to.
How's the medical bay doing? Can I leave it to the volunteers, or do they need my guidance?
By and large, most of the people here are malnourished, so it's not something that requires extensive tending. So, but for the most part, you can leave it to the volunteers. The people who are the most serious, the people who are actually sick or wounded, you tend to take care of as soon as they come in.
Yeah.
As it currently stands, things haven't been too chaotic. Even though every bed is full, most of it is with people who are simply malnourished and can barely walk from it.
Amps, I have a question. Can I pick up a new set of sending stones from the quartermaster?
You may
During the
indeed.
time
You and Ami can definitely grab that during the time skips.
Cool, Pod, because I've misplaced my sending stone, and I want to leave one at the reception.
Alright.
I would like to come
And
along.
take the other one with me while I go see what the heck the pits are doing. What the heck's going on in the pits.
I'll come along. I've been meaning to find out what that place is like, anyways.
Yeah, actually, it seems to be not as bad as right now, so I can stop by. I've left a sending stone with the reception, so this receptionist can come get me if it's really urgent.
Alright. So, if that is everyone who will be going along,
Would you like to come with us, Elwin?
Yeah, Ellen would come along too.
Or you
Alright.
just... I thought you were going to go to the beast camps, honestly.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know we were doing. Are we doing the separation thing now, or?
Whatever,
You
up
can
to you, bud.
you can do it whenever you want. Don't forget this. You've got months. We're doing time skips in between, but there are months over the course of which everything will be getting done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, up to you, bud.
So you
You
can
wanna-
either come along now or go to the beast camp. Depends on what you feel Elwin would do.
I think Ellen thinks they could handle it.
So you're going to the beast camps?
Yeah, I think he'll start getting ready to go to the base camps. Yeah.
KK!
Alright then. For now, we will follow Gore, Army, Rivius, and Woodrow as they make their way to the Eternia pits. And as pretty much as soon as you leave the abandoned warehouses, Woodrow goes from a bit more laid-back, casual behavior that he tends to have in there to walking like a military man. He walks
Yeah.
with his hands crossed behind his back, and he walks straight and tall.
He is all business right now. Notice.
While he walks, he says to Gore, "So, they have decided they would like to test you, Gore, for your first fight. They're going to do a warm-up match, and then you're going to be facing the champion of another general."
Do we know anything about this champion?
An unfortunately large amount.
Why unfortunately?
Like Gore, their champion is a Minotaur.
Oh, it's a Minotaur versus a Minotaur then.
The difference is, whereas Gore fights for justice for his race, this one swore off service to his master and instead swore servitude to the pit itself.
So what's the problem here? I'm sorry.
He just
This
likes
m-
blood too much.
He's not a slave in the pits. He is a willing warrior of Bane.
I see. So take him down then. Lethally.
We'll have to see exactly.
If we're gonna break everyone out of the, if we're gonna do the, what, I don't think we should be having that kind of person in our ranks.
Agreed. Now, this champion he's by far one of the deadliest fighters in the pits. Unlike the rest, who he has seen just as much combat as all of them, he, unlike them, is kept well fed and well looked after, which certainly gives him a certain advantage over most of the others. But before then, at the very least, you have a warm-up fight. Designed to make sure that you know how to entertain a crowd. And by far, that's the most important part here. The thing you have to remember is you're going into a gladiatorial arena. It's a blood sport. People will expect to see it. And if the people are not entertained, it will be my duty as your owner to ensure that you learn the proper ways.
They'll make it flashy.
Make it as flashy as you can.
You have
Although-
a flashy sword, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
It's a start.
Yes,
I'm
you'll be, since you are my personal champion, you'll be allowed to bring all your equipment in.
I will-
Because the idea is that a general's champion should not die in the arena. Unless it's to fight another champion.
So what's the over/under on the rage? Yay, nay? I understand that
And-
it definitely feels like your rage is augmented. Probably from that trophy you have.
I'm sure they'll allow it to. If they want flashes, I'm sure they.
True.
Besides,
They don't
most
care.
of them will probably simply think it's a magic item. What were you going to say, Ben?
They likely don't care whose blood it is, and if I tear that one to shreds, it's better for all of us.
From what I understand, the champion specifically requested you, Gore, since you're the only other champion currently in the city. So, he definitely wants a fight.
Should I attempt to even speak to him?
I would say
You
Do
may
you think it'd
attempt,
be useful?
but I doubt he will listen. Your first
Oh.
opponent, though, might be more willing. Your
Warm-up
first opponent
fights.
is going to be someone who has proven that he's somewhat of a friend to the long-lived races in the pits, because he's a beast. He's of the beast races himself.
Oh.
Oh no, not of the beast races. My bad. Sorry. He is of the the normal races allowed in the city. He's a tiefling.
Oh. Why is a tiefling inside the pits then? Did he get incarcerated?
He is imprisoned in the pits for aiding the escape of
I see.
long-lived races.
Hmm.
His punishment was to suffer as they should have. So if you're going to, out of the two fights that are scheduled for today, he's the one that you're most likely to be able to talk to and will actually listen.
are these
But
to the
it's-
death or?
As far as Lady Saloon has told, as my lady has told me, they are to the death. Unfortunately, that's why getting Imelda out of there as soon as possible is of high importance, because he is on a timer.
Yes, all fights in the pits are to the death. After every battle, the bodies are taken out. And at the end of the day, they are all piled up and burned.
Then how are we going to get the first person on our side if it's the death?
Gorm could manage to convince him to. I don't know.
Because they can't play dead because, well, they would be gathered up and eventually burned.
Amps, during the time skip, can I get the materials for Revivify?
You should be able to, yeah. It'll take a little bit for the quartermaster to acquire the bone dust. Diamond dust, not bone dust. But yeah, you should be able to gather the supplies.
Sick.
Just how just how low do they actually think of the beast folk in general? Like, I know that they don't like the whole living longer thing, but
By and large, aside from a few rare cases, the beast races tend to be seen as lesser than. They're seen as slaves.
would they be seen as, say, savages completely, or
Those
just lesser than?
that are not under the thrall of the Imperium are typically seen as savages, yes.
Hmm. This is Panda talking, not Gore, because I don't know if Gore would actually think of this, but could play up the savagery. And,
I think they might expect a little better than you since you're the personal champion of a general.
true.
And he did say that those not under the thrall of the Imperium are seen as savages.
Right.
Or not
So
seen
they
as one.
think they do think
They're still seen as lesser than, so
Yeah, lesser than, but not
savagery is still expected, but
'Cause I was going to see about maybe faking cannibalism.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. If they thought, I was thinking, if they think that lowly, it's like maybe I could toss them back towards my core and be like, "That one's my meal," but then obviously not actually do it.
Well, well then, what are we gonna do?
Um,
I just thought it would be kind of weird.
No.
It's just a weird thought to get in my head.
No, because like, would they allow that? Like because we could be waiting.
Yeah, because I do want to be able to sneak someone out. Obviously, that's what we mentioned last time. But that is the hard part: is figuring out where we can sneak them. You know, as far as when, I guess, between the burning and the leaving the arena.
So technically, it could work as. Technically, that one could work because you claim them as your meal, and then we can effectively intercept you, and then we teleport. No, that wouldn't work. Because they would question, hey, where the fuck did they go? Invis? Invis could work.
Invis wouldn't work because I don't think Invis works on heavy armor.
Well, the thing that's plays up in my head is Fame claims them as their meal. We intercept. We get on intercept him on the way as he waits for the second match. I cast Invis on them on the person who I'm suspecting to be playing dead. And it's alive, but just acting like they're unconscious. And I'd like a little bit of a cleaner way that doesn't involve us having to fake cannibalism.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a random thought.
I mean,
I'm not attached to the idea.
I'm not
at
attached to
all.
an idea, but it's something that could work.
We could.
Okay, let me give you a bit more information quickly.
Okay, appreciate.
So, Woodrow will tell you that Gore's 2 fights will be taking place in the early afternoon, which is the current time. It's the early afternoon.
Okay.
The bodies are all collected and burned at the end of the day, in the evenings.
So I can stake out.
The problem with Revivify is that we have to do it no later than a minute after then they've died. In terms of we could just kill them and bring them back.
I mean, I'm not attached to the Revivify idea either.
I mean, it depends also like on how they drag them out, I guess. Because if I can non-lethal, convincingly.
You can probably convince.
Yeah, the way the bodies are collected, because this is information Woodrow would have, having been in the pits been at the pits many times himself. After the fight, the body is dragged out of the arena and it is placed onto essentially a pile of bodies that then get taken out at the end of the day.
So
They may not miss one.
they probably won't miss one. So if we can convincingly knock them out, because they'll be down for a really long time, because they're 0 hit points and I'm not knocked out, and we're not immediately healing them, and we're not using sleep either.
No outside interference, huh?
Probably.
Naturally, outside interference is strictly forbidden because it ruins the entertainment.
Okay.
Not if both sides do it, but then it gets infinitely more entertaining.
Bruh. I don't think the other side has a wizard that's able to do the shenanigans.
Well, it's times like these I kind of wish I had a subtle spell. I'd metamagic.
It's times like these that you wish you were a sorcerer.
It's times like these I wish I had metamagic adept.
It's times like
That
these
works
where-
too.
Imagine being a sorcerer though, lol. LOL sorcerers.
Yeah, I'm right.
Wait, aren't you playing a wild magic sorcerer? Sorry.
Yes, I'm playing a wild magic sorcerer and a phoenix sorcerer.
BG brings up a good point. Who in their right mind would guard a pile of bodies? They are dead.
True, he does bring up a great point, but also they aren't exactly these aren't exactly normal people.
But
I mean-
brings up a great point though.
I mean, if there are guards or, even if people who drag it out are told to watch it, you could always try a little persuasive bribery.
Okay,
Oh, I have
problem
money.
with that. Our party has hilariously low charisma. Our max charisma is a +2.
True.
This is not a social encounter party.
It is not. No.
Which
you're
makes
a
social
wealthy
encounters
party.
a little bit more fun to plan because I don't have to plan around a bard or a warlock.
Even though you still have to, because I will love you. You don't have to.
Semi-warlock.
You don't have to plan for a full warlock.
Yeah.
You don't have to plan for a +5 charisma warlock. That's just like
You could
Hello.
potentially have.
Or a paladin.
I mean, once upon a time, you had to plan for a paladin. Then life happened to him.
Yeah.
yeah, that happened to her.
Well, we are a wealthy party, though, and sometimes that speaks better.
Speak louder than words.
Sometimes 4,000 gold speaks louder than A +5 to persuasion.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm just saying, if the person wants to look the other way after I give him like 2,000 gold, then
I'm not give that much.
We have a lot of
Yeah.
lot of money to throw around.
But we don't want to like make them be like, oh yes, totally gonna try to get 2,000 out of them again the next time they need to me to look the other way.
and then I
You know, a
still
couple
then I-
hundred, you know, a couple hundred still very significant.
Oh, 250, 250,
250,
250,
maybe 350.
maybe 350.
And if it isn't enough, then you can always raise the price after, you know, like offer more. But you know, you don't need to like slam down. Here's 2,000, and like right off the bat.
I hit my deafen key. Oh no.
I'm sure they'll be able to get. Yeah, I'm sure that an opportunity will rise. I'm sure Imps will give us an opportunity when the time comes.
I'm glad that Emps is like, hey, this party is built for combat, but you know what? Just throw an entire social like at them. It'll
Body
be
dis-
funny.
Body disposers would probably be near the pit, waiting to get the next cavalier while the fight is going on. So that would probably be a good time to do it. Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, yeah, I could. I mean, we could. Aren't you go? While for its fighting, you can investigate the pit so you can get teleportation out of the way.
I mean, it's gonna take a while to get familiar with enough of the area to be able to teleport here without incident. Problem.
Yeah, I know.
Or
I'm
I need
just
to
saying.
or I need to take something that's specifically linked to this place. An object that's specifically linked to this place. Actually, I could do. It's easier to just nab things.
Yeah.
Yoinkers.
You want
Pretty
to
much.
yoinker something from a guard?
What? It doesn't specifically have to be a card. Just specifically strongly linked to this place. Uh.
God damn it, DG.
What happened? What does DG say?
Now my brain is thinking grim thoughts. I wonder if they have a corpse garbage chute.
Wow. Probably not. I got nothing for right now. We'll just have to see. Too many variables, too many things to plan for. Not enough time or resources to plan for everything.
We'll try, and then we can always refine later because we have time. If we can't save this one, then we'll try a different one. It's a little, you know.
Alright. So, it takes you quite a while to get to the pits. They are... Hold on, let me take you here. And this will be the most security you ever have to go through. So, you started in here,
Where? Dang it.
right here, brown area.
Oh, I don't see your cursor.
Oh, hold on, I'm still on GM overlay. There we go.
Lamo, tell me.
Okay.
And the pits are located in the Royal District.
Oh,
I see.
okay.
So you will be in eye shot of the palace when you enter the pits.
Okay, that would have been great to know about 20 hours ago. Oh, what did I know a while ago?
Neat.
As Woodrow leads you through through the recreational entertainment district, where you see the most milling about between commoners and royalty, into the posh market areas where you pretty much see no more commoners. It's all just very rich and powerful individuals. And then finally into the royal district where you get your first proper view of the palace of Eternia. A large, imposing bastion that on its own looks like a fortress.
Caroline would have
But
left.
Woodrow leads you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Rubius would just mumble to himself how Caroline would get a hit, get a good time out of sneaking in and out of there and hacking things up. Because it's Caroline. Go ahead though, continue.
Woodrow will lead you not towards the palace, but parallel to it as you come to a small building that's only purpose seems to be covering for a large stairway downwards. As you enter into the dimly lit stairway, making your way down, you eventually come into a large open room.
Oh yeah. I'll probably be asleep. Okay.
As Woodrow leads you through, you cross a large stone bridge built over what appears to be a natural ravine. And as you cross this bridge, you can see built into the walls of the ravine seem to be cells. And you can see hundreds of cells lining the walls from the roof of the ravine all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, so many.
And surprisingly, despite all the deaths, the number grows each day. It's a realizing factor, seeing it. As you continue along, you finish crossing the bridge and enter into a large, expansive room with a large, quite literal pit in the middle of it. You see this. A few choice seats placed very close to the edge for those brave enough and and adventurous enough to want to get a front row seat for the brutality of the pits. While behind them are flanked by rows upon rows of stands.
Wowie.
This is the map made by DJ.
Oh, okay.
It is very nicely done. Pog DJ. Nice. As you walk forward, Woodrow is stopped by a guard who looks him up and down. Commander Woodrow, it's been a few years since you came. I haven't had the desire to watch the pits lately. Yeah, more's the pity. Your wife has been performing quite well the last few weeks.
This asshole.
Yes, so I have been informed by the general. In the last 2 days alone, she's killed 3 people. For a minute. But I understand you brought us entertainment this time around. And the guard will look up to you, Gore. Quite the fine specimen you brought in. Almost reminds me of the champion. His name is Gore. He's been quite effective as a bodyguard. I thought maybe I could use him to make some extra money in the pits, given the state of the city. I don't know what you're talking about. The city is doing absolutely fine. Commerce has been better than ever in the market district. Perhaps yours, but the commoners suffer every day. Who cares for the commoners? You'll care when they stop giving you food. The guard does nothing but scowl at that. Well, you're free to take whatever seat you want. Your pet will be taken to his entrance. Your fight is scheduled to start in the next few minutes. Let's see if he's any good at a warm-up. And 2 more guards come up from the side and flank you, Gore. As they say, this way.
Gore will give a bow to Woodrow, like a, deferential, and then follow them without saying anything, even though he's trying very hard not to currently wring that guy's neck.
So,
Yeah, that guy's a dick.
So,
Jeez,
Woodrow, Army, and Rivias are all escorted into the arena itself, and you're free to take your seats wherever you desire them. And Gore, you're taken down a flight of stairs, and you're taken through an area with a lot more cells as you walk past, and you see a lot of elves, dwarves, halflings, all manners of long-lived races, most of them seeming to try and get some sleep, or curled up in a corner, or just standing in the middle of the room staring into the distance. And you're taken to a small grate you are taken to a large gate that looks out into the center of the arena. And you can now see your token down there at the bottom.
Yep. All right.
You wait here. Your opponent will be at the other gate in a few minutes. When they open, do what you do.
Understood.
Make it entertaining. We have a large crowd coming in today. For Army and Rivius, from where you are, you can see over the course of the next 5 to 10 minutes as the stands very quickly start to fill up with people in very fine clothing coming in from pretty much all directions as they start filling up the stands.
yeah.
Woodrow looks around and he goes, I guess news of a champion fight has spread very quickly. Haven't seen the pits this filled since before the war started.
I wouldn't it spread far. These people can't. Everyone
Is
has to
that
be
guy
a little.
always a charming individual?
Angus, he's been a how do I say this politely? A little shit ever since he was 5 years old.
Oh, now he has a big boy sword. Wow.
Believe me, he had a big boy sword when he was 5.
No,
Incredible.
he's incredible.
And he would swing it around on anybody who didn't do what he said.
He's that kind of guy. Incredible.
And so long as it was a beast race or a long-lived race, nobody really cared who he killed.
One of those vigilante folks.
More like one of those sociopathic folks.
I mean, if he gets in the way of my Warhammer, I wouldn't be.
Let's hope no one has to go under your Warhammer today.
No, I don't have. I haven't been using my Warhammer in a while.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? What happened?
Panda.
Panda?
Panda McPandason.
I'll just...
Panda's dead.
Panda's
Tech
dead.
is dead.
Ready?
There we go. My audio...
Hello.
Sorry about that. My audio just had an issue.
That's alright.
It's
It
okay,
happens. Technical
Wouldn't-
difficulties
wouldn't be-
happen.
Wouldn't be VTTP. Wouldn't be virtual tabletop without tech difficulties. Classic.
Good.
True.
Indeed, indeed.
Alright, but I should be good now. Sorry about that. Either way.
All right. Go from your perspective. You can see the stand start to fill up, but you can't really see the full extent from where you are. But after a while, you can see a shadowy figure staying at the gate on the other side of the arena. And as the two gates open and you both step out into the light of the arena, you can see
He's scared of candy.
a tiefling with a broken horn, his arm bandaged to his side, giving him the use of only one arm, and what appears to be a broken arrow sticking out of his shoulder still.
They couldn't have cleaned him up first, at least.
And in his good hand, he holds a short sword. And he looks over to you, and he looks at you, Gore, and he just lets out a huff, hangs his head down, lifts it up, and then lifts his sword and points it at you. And he just says, "Well, I guess they finally decided to end my sentence. Come then. Let's put on a show for these damned nobles."
All Gore does in response is let out a bellow and look like he's like working himself up, you know.
Would you like to rage?
Not immediately.
Not immediately, most
All
of
right,
it.
and
Immediately, well, no.
Yeah.
And we will now enter initiative. I forgot to get battle music for this. Taylor, could you please help? Help.
The ghost didn't give you battle music.
No. We forgot. Well, they might have, but I forgot. I don't know. We got distracted when it came to music.
Oh no.
Let me roll his initiative while we wait. Oh, got to actually select him. Alright, so. Go. Okay, and once we have music, we will start combat. Just completely slipped my mind until literally right now.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Professional DM.
I'm a good DM. I remember to do things like
You are
music.
a good DM, not a perfect DM, and that's the difference. That's fine.
Yeah. Hold on.
You know what? That one works.
I was gonna use something from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but the one I wanted was too high, too heavy.
Alright. So. Gore, as you stand there and you are sort of grunting, huffing, and psyching yourself up, you see the tiefling almost like drop his short sword, and his hand moves behind his back, and a dagger comes flying towards you.
Okay.
And it flies wide, hitting against the wall over here, and
Oh.
trying to do a move. He fumbles and misses his sword, not dropping it on the ground when he goes to catch it again.
He only has one hand. Ready. The door is now.
He is going to pick up his sword and then move forward 25. That'll be his turn.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's see. Let's.
Hey, it's just a question. What kind of guards are the arena? What kind of guards is it? Those the low level ones or the high level ones, like the elites?
They are not wearing any kind of armor you recognize.
Damn.
They seem to be they seem to be uniformed differently to the military troops.
Can I make checks on them?
You may indeed.
So move 30 up. All the way up to him.
Can I cast guidance?
Do you want to do that? Do you want to reveal that you're a caster in the crowd?
Fair enough.
Isn't guidance touch or?
It is, but it's still a spell that requires like
It's
somatic components.
No, I was saying more of like Never mind.
all good.
Yeah. So as he rushes up to him, great sword in hand, says to face your end with dignity, and it will be at least some form of salvation. And then he will.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Fine, I did. All right,
And then without even raging, I'm going to swing the greatsword.
all right. Give me a swing. That will hit.
Okay, 5 and 3. For 12 damage, and then let's see. I'm going to use my hammering horns. So after I hit the creature with a melee attack, you can use a bonus action to attempt to shove. So it's actually just they make a saving throw against my DC 16 strength saving throw, or get pushed
Alright.
10 feet away.
Strength saving throw. Well,
Just gonna say it, his strength isn't very good. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
10 feet.
So I shove him with my horns. And just get ready with my sword again. Look like I'm about to charge him. Continue charging.
Alright. So, you come in with a big swing of your greatsword and catch him on his bandaged arm. The bandage does help slow the blade down, but it still gets through and hits his injured arm. And then as he goes to grab his arm, you just ram your head and your horns into him, and he goes flying backwards 10 feet.
That'll be the turn.
All right. He's going to shake off having just been thrown, and he's going to run at you with throwing another dagger right at your face as he runs. 14.
That's not it.
That one goes slightly wide, and as you move your head slightly for the knife to just fly past you, he comes in with a stab from his sword. That's a crit.
That one does hit, yes.
Wowie.
It does not do extra damage, though, because I'm wearing the
It does
Mizium.
not. It only does 2 damage.
Okay.
As he comes in and stabs his short sword into your chest, it just barely going through your armor, putting a little nick on your skin. Barely even felt.
See.
Actually, one moment. That would actually be 4 damage because he gets 2 from dueling fighting style.
Yep.
Wow, he's a fighter. That's obvious. I was just memeing.
Alright, that will be his turn.
Alright.
What kind of check can I make to check out the guards?
You can give me... Unless you actually go up to them, it will be a perception check. But if you actually go up to the guards and try and get a closer look, you can do an investigation.
I'll go up closer and just do the investigation.
Alright, so you get up from your seat while the fight's going on. You go up closer to one of the nearby guards. He's currently focused mostly on the fight, so he doesn't really notice you come up behind him. So go ahead, give me an investigation.
I'm looking for bread. Oh, bread. That's okay.
With an investigation, you can see this guy who looks to be the standard for the guards is wearing plate mail. He's wearing not plate mail, full plate.
Yeah.
He has a hold on, let me get up their sheets. He has a great sword sheathed on his hip and a great axe on his back. You can see from where you are that some of the others have warhammers, and some of them have maces. They don't seem to have anything magical on them, but they seem to be far better equipped than all but the most elite of the Imperium that you've seen so far.
Interesting. Okay, so probably not easy to sleep. Probably not worth.
So what are these guards? Sorry. What are these
Wait.
guards?
They have great swords, great axes, warhammers, and are in full plate.
Oh, okay, cool. So nice.
So, not exactly someone we can just take out.
Right.
Okay.
Alright, that's all. No.
All right, Gore.
He will shrug off the little hit that he took. It's good. He still had some fight in you. This may hurt. And then he rages.
Oh boy, get your shield.
Just activate rage. No, just yeah. And then use my gotta make it look flashy. So where is it? His new ability since last, from the level up. Instinctive pounce. When I rage, I get to move half my speed. So just leap over him practically. Come up behind him, and then now I'm swinging the sword again with the rage this time.
All right, give me a swing.
Let's make it reckless. Let's see.
Are you going to Gamba?
And Great Weapon Master, yeah.
All right, we're doing some Gamba.
I don't have that without the Flame Tongue activated, so I'll just do regular Great Sword while do the math, I guess.
Just ignore the fire.
Yeah, all right.
So 27 minus the 5 is 22.
God, that was almost
so,
a crit.
yeah. And then yeah, I can't re-roll any of that, unfortunately, but there'll be 23 damage.
Yeah, 23. It does in fact hurt.
Oh, 25 because the rage isn't on there either. Actually, so.
All right, so 25 damage, correct?
Yes. I'm gonna add an attack on here.
So you tell him that it's good that he still has some fight in him,
But
and then you take a step back, tell him that this will hurt. Charge at him as he goes to brace. You leap over his head. And he's not a short individual. He is a tiefling staying at about 5'7". His horns putting an extra 2 inches on that, putting him at about 5'9". And you clear him, and then quickly spin around. Now with a ignited sword. And you slash him across the stomach. The wound instantly cauterizing as you go through it.
Oh no, the sword's not activated yet still.
It's still not active.
But yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay,
that's
yeah,
another
yeah.
bonus action, but
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
All right, so it's not a flame. So you
he just
cut him across the stomach, and he starts bleeding, adding his blood to the arena probably again today. And he looks at you as he grabs his stomach, and he just goes, "Everyone dies eventually, but I will not go down without a fight." And anything else, Gore?
No, it'll be his turn.
All right. He is going to he's going to pull up his sword, flip it in his hand into a backhand position, and he's going to take a slash at your face with it.
Okay. He has
17?
advantage. 17 doesn't hit, but he has advantage.
One moment.
From my reckless. There he goes.
26.
That'll hit.
All right. Oop. 3 damage,
I take 1.
and then he slashes you across the face, and he comes back to slash you across the chest as he swings back.
Oh, I have temp HP now from raging.
True.
So actually, I'm still at 113, and then my temp HP is my con mod, which is 3, plus character level, 13. So,
Oh.
12.
Nice.
Gorgeous smiles. A big bovine smile.
And as you make that smile, the slash across your face doing seemingly nothing, he comes back again with the blade to slash across your chest. 26, that does hit,
Yes.
and 4 damage.
Take 2.
The slash across your chest, again doing nothing.
Yep.
And he just stares at you, and that will be his turn. And stares at the fact that the slashes he just delivered to you did absolutely nothing.
Let's see. Okay. And then Gore will actually... This time I'll do an unarmed strike with my horns. Just to get our heads close together.
Alright.
Let's see. Of course, I'm picking things I don't have things for yet, but... I'll just roll a hand axe at the D6 either way. And... Oop. 15 hit.
15 does not hit.
Okay. Well, the goal is to get close anyway, so...
Yeah, as you ram your head forward, he moves his one horn, just managing to catch yours and knock it slightly to the side. Your heads are much closer together, though.
I will whisper to him, keep fighting. If we make this look good, you may survive. And then as I come back up, I just, well, I do have a second attack. I haven't been using it, but I will actually use my second attack this time with the great sword this time. Great
right.
Master, Rage, throw all that in there, and I miss again.
Alright.
Now it's not playing well. Nice.
As you pull back from the headbutt, he looks a little bit shocked, and as you bring the sword across to slash him in the face, he ducks under it. As you hear the crowd cheer, and Rivius, you hear someone in the crowd near you go, "I love watching Minotaurs fight. They're so Brutal.
That's the term.
All right, he's going to look at you a little confused and a little wary. And he's going to take a slash at you. He's going to take another 2 slashes at you with his sword.
Okay, 25 will hit.
25 will hit. Boop. 3 damage.
That's 1 less.
And then 13 will not. As he lands those 2 strikes, he backs up slightly and then runs at you and slides under your legs. And comes up behind you and uses action search to deliver another 2 quick strikes to your back. 21.
Okay.
5 damage. And 11. He misses the second one.
Down to 7
As-
temp HP. Mhm.
And that will be his turn.
Okay. I will again swing at him. 21 hit.
21 hits.
And boop. 23 damage. I added the everything in as it should be this time.
Alright, 23
Man.
damage.
Let's see. He has to look pretty beat up for me to fake this. Maybe I can get him to not be knocked out exactly. Or should I just knock him out? Probably more convincing to actually knock him out.
Yeah, you could probably knock him out.
I could. Oh god.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Okay, so I go off to somewhere distant and I will use invisibility. And as the fight is ending, I will follow them around as they collect the body, all invisible. And then, because he's just knocked out, not dead, I cast Invis on him. I recast Invis and get both him and me, and I feed him a potion, and then I hopefully convince him to take a chance to just, hey, trust me, and then we teleport out. That way they don't get to see me, they don't get to see him, and I can get him to Elerian safely. Sound reasonable?
We're not in Elerian though, we're at the Dread Camps.
Well, okay, but I can teleport back him to the city of
Elerian control. Yeah, Elerian control territory, wherever it may be.
Yeah. So that seemed like a reasonable idea for everyone. So it sounds like something that I could actually. That sounds like something I could actually do.
I'm trying to think
You'd
where we
always
would
try.
actually want to bring him. Because
So
we could technically bring him to our med station and have him hide out there and then heal him up as a new fighter. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. Too big a risk.
My question is, can you do all that? I thought when you cast a spell, invisibility ends.
It does.
It does. It
Yes.
does.
Only
But-
greater makes it so it doesn't. But
I mean, I guess if nobody's paying attention to you, it doesn't really matter.
The gamble here is that just no one is really there.
Yeah, I guess that's the gamble. Is just
Or it's
nobody really
or
paying
it doesn't,
attention.
or it
so-
only, or it's only down for like a second, so they can't get a good look at me.
I know,
That's
but
him.
is invisibility a verbal component, by the way, or no?
I'm hoping to keep it down low. Slows that.
Okay, I mean,
slows me.
I'm not lawing against you. I'm just
Yeah, I'm like, this definitely has its risk. But
It's not the first time Alex gambled.
yeah,
with
it's not the first. It's not the first time. It will
It's
not be
the first
last
time, and it won't be the last.
Listen, this is like the cleanest way I can think of doing it, because nothing we can do to try and save this person will be done without a risk taking some risks. Worst case outcome, I just have to TP back to Elerian without him. I TP back to, okay, worst case scenario, I TP back to the shelter without him, and I'm unable to provide. I'm unable to help.
Yeah. Like I said, don't risk too much. If we fail at this one, there will be probably others.
I'm aware. It's just that
Yeah.
this is one that we can directly have an outcome, directly have an impact in.
Yes.
And if it's something that I can do, I'd like to try and do it.
All right. So that was the first attack. Second attack, since I do
Right.
want to knock him out, actually. Just this again. 20.
That hits.
And boop. 24 damage. I haven't been
So you
damaged
bring-
in this way.
You bring your great sword. Across him twice more, cutting deep into his wounded arm and into his left leg. He's still standing, but he's starting to look very ragged. He doesn't look like he could hold himself up for too much longer.
Alright, at this point, Ami is going to try and go find an empty room to cast invisibility on herself.
All right. So you wander off out the arena to find a quiet spot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say it takes 2 turns.
Hey.
Huh?
All right.
And after those 2 attacks, yeah, that's it.
All right. He would be over here now because he
Yes.
slid underneath you like a fucking weeb.
No, he stood under you like a Titanfall character.
He's going to. Let's think. Let's see. All right. Gore, he's going to look you straight in the eye. And then you see him give you a very slight nod. And then he slashes you across the face. 27.
Okay.
3 damage. And 26. 5 damage.
I'm down to 4
Did
temp
you not-
HP.
Did you not add his dex mod to the damage? Or is it
He does not have proper use of his hands.
He's
Right.
pretty beat. All right.
They threw him in here to get rid of him. He's meant to die here.
Yeah, well, he's not going to, okay? Take him.
Well, we're gonna make sure we're gonna try and make sure he doesn't die here.
Sure, I was like crit him earlier, but I totally didn't roll the crit damage.
All of you. Fine.
That's fine.
You can you just have to delay a little bit longer for me able to get position so I can follow.
So let's see. To make this more of a show, Gore's going to actually drop his greatsword and just hold his hands out as inviting the guy in. And then he will go ahead and use the unarmed strikes to just batter him. Reckless, yeah, rage. Can't do great weapon with this. That's fine. So let's see. That should hit 9 damage.
All right, 9 damage.
And then the second one.
Hits.
Yep. For 7 damage.
So you drop your greatsword and you just start punching at him as he tries to come at you with his short sword again. And as you do, the crowd suddenly starts cheering. Gore, please give me a quick performance check at advantage.
That's one. Hey! And that's
Incredible. Absolutely.
Incredible. Let's go. Let's go.
So Gore, as you start wailing on him, you see him just suddenly just go limp as he just collapses against you. And you hear him say, "Give a few more for good show."
Yep. And that'll end my turn though. So
Let's go.
going
but we will now be entering into out of combat time.
Yeah.
As you deliver a few more good punches to his face, and he's starting to look like a bloody mess, and you can see him just play dead.
Yeah.
You can, for a moment, you even yourself think that he might be dead. Actually, roll me an insight.
Also, is the arena like dusty? Like, is it dirt?
Incredibly.
Or- okay.
It is filled
Roll
with
that
dust,
insight
dirt,
first.
and blood. Gore, you have a moment before you see him slightly lift an eye where you think you might have actually killed him.
To make it continue to look good, though, also with him going limp, I would like to sort of almost fall on top of him, like mounting him, and then sort of be punching at the dirt, kicking it up really hard, like barely nicking him.
Making a bit of a
Just
screen.
making a little screen so it doesn't see me not completely pulverizing him, but make it look like I am. So it looks like I'm being merciless, but just sort of.
As you
dust.
do, and the dust is kicked up, and he's doing a very good performance of being dead, and you put on a very good show of beating him to death.
Meanwhile,
The crowd erupts into thunderous cheers and applause. As Ami, you find yourself a fairly quiet room where you can hear the thunderous shouts start to play out.
alright, so she's gonna cast second level invis and making sure the coast is clear. She's gonna first question why the hell she just did that. She's literally invisible, and she's gonna make her way to where she's gonna make her way through the bottom floor to where they're gonna drag his body out with relative
Alright, so-
haste.
Oh,
As
um, as after a while, Rivius will excuse himself and try to exit the arena to try to intercept Ami, but without invisibility. He wants to meet up with her, but not be suspicious.
so he's just gonna walk the halls a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so we shall switch music real quick. 1 moment. Gore, as the people cheer and you finally get off the tiefling, the gate on your side of the arena opens once again. Rivius, you start wandering the hallways as Ami starts making her way down to the bottom floor. Whether or not you two do run into each other, I will leave that up to you.
Oh, I was sending her.
Oh, if you're going to be sending her, then
I mean, I'll probably just tell her that we should meet up so I can heal the guy.
all right. So, Ami, you're going to make your way through down to where you saw them escort Gore when the guards took him.
She's looking
And,
she's looking for the guys who are dragging the tiefling's body.
And you come upon two people who are making their way down this hallway, who seem to be covered in blood. You follow them, and they go out into the arena, and they pick up the body and they drag it out as Gore is cheered and clapped for as the guards come in and escort him out of the pit to go and take his earned rest before his actual fight.
Real quick, Woodrow was watching her, of course, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I just can't be there. I guess right before the guards actually get to me, I'd pick up the greatsword, of course. You know, start cleaning it off real quick, and then salute Woodrow. You know, salute the master. Or bow.
And he will just give you a nod as he just stands there. He's not clapping or cheering or anything. He just stands there watching with the look of an utmost professional on his face.
Whee.
All right. So, Gore, you will be able to, during this time, you get an hour's rest before your next fight. They tell you as much. You will be able to take a short rest.
I can heal my 4 HP with a...
Huggers.
Let's go. How's my mic, by the way?
It's fine.
Good. It's doing fine.
Okay, cool. Because it is late time.
Everybody's
bedtime
asleep.
hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, mostly the child.
Fair.
So as long as I
All
don't
right.
pop off again, I'm sure I'll be fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
All right. So, Ami, you watch these two humans drag off this body, and you start following them till they reach a room that's pretty deep into the pits. You watch as they both seem to brace themselves before one of them quickly opens the door and they just toss the body in
She will
and then quickly close it again.
go through the door as it's opened and they've thrown it in.
All right, you're invisible, so
Yeah.
it's not too hard to just get in. And as you make your way through the door following the flying body, you are instantly struck by the smell of what appears to be 20 corpses.
Yeah, they're not gonna miss one.
Yeah, they're not gonna miss it.
Yeah, they're not gonna miss it. Yeah.
She definitely has to hold. She definitely has to take a second before. She definitely has to take a second before she continues onward, looking, following where she saw the body get thrown.
All right, very quickly find the body. It's the only tiefling here, and they're right on top.
She's going to whisper. Hey. You alive?
Oh, it stinks. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm alive. I take it you're the friend of the Minotaur. And then he opens his eyes.
I'm invisible right now.
Fuck, I really got insane.
It's... In order for me to get you out of here, you have to be willing for what I'm going to do next.
You know what? I was supposed to die in there. I'm not, so why not? Let's do it.
Alright!
Can I make my way? Can I make my way back to the shelter unscathed?
Yeah, as far as most people can tell, you look perfectly human, and there's not many security checks for leaving the noble quarters.
Okay, well, as soon as Ami teleports the dude out, I'm gonna be in the shelter.
All right, so you're gonna make your way back to the shelter.
Well, I mean, I'm going. Woodward has to stay there because
Yeah.
it's Gore's responsibility, but me and Ami can sort out this dude.
Well, I mean, I'm teleporting him back to the Dread Keep. Just an FYI.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no. He's not. We're not keeping him in the city.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going back to the shelter anyway.
Okay.
Not.
Because, Livius just wanted to see the first fight. And see how it goes in there. And he's probably going to do something else. I don't know what he's going to do, actually.
Alright. So, Alright, so... I drop invis. And... I use teleport, and I teleport both me and the tiefling to the Dread Keeps.
All right. So, you teleport to the Dread Keeps, and I imagine they've probably gotten used to you suddenly appearing in the courtyard.
I hope they have.
So there's not too much fanfare when it happens until one person from the medical tent notices the very bad-looking tiefling.
Could you take care of him? He just had to fight Gore in a warm-up match in the pits.
Oh god, that arrow looks like it's been in there for way too long. When did you get shot? 3 days ago?
He's
Good lord. Alright, well...
Surprised you don't have an infection at this point. Okay, let's get you in, get that
Alright.
removed, get you proper bandaging on this arm.
Alright, well... Consider yourself freed from the grips of the Imperium.
What even happened?
Teleportation, my friend.
No, not that. That I can understand that. Everything. What just happened?
You fought my friend, Gore. We're plotting a revolution and the downfall of the Imperium as a whole. We're plotting to break out most of the gladiators. And we have a section of the Imperium. We have a small portion of the Imperial army that's going to be defecting. A revolution from the commoner, from at least the peasant quarters, and a frontal attack from the Elerian army. They could use, if you wanted to, you could provide information on how guards are equipped, at least in the. You could provide information on what some of the inwards of the city, and at least how the guards are equipped in the nobles' quarters.
I can definitely help with that. I used to get people out of the city, so I know my way around, and not that much has changed. I doubt it, at least.
And you're also relatively experienced. All this won't probably going to be going down for the next this probably won't be going down for the next while, so you'll have time to rest up and recover.
Thank you. Thank you. And tell your friend thank you as well. He throws a mean punch, but he knows how to put on a show.
Yeah, he does. We found him surrounded by an Imperial squad when we first found. He was surrounded by an Imperial squad when we first found him. But I should let them. You should get yourself looked at first.
Yes, he
Beside your
needs
neck.
proper cleaning. He probably needs better food, and
Oh, you have no idea.
this.
The situation over there is so bad.
What happened to your horn? We'll need to talk about this later, because that's going to need to get properly shaved down, because that's looking horrible. And she's just going to call a few people, and they're going to just put him onto a stretcher and carry him into the tent.
Oh yeah, you might meet the king. Say hi to him for me. I can do it myself, but you know, at least he'll know who rescued you. Oh, my name is Ami.
And you just hear him say as he gets carried away on the stretcher, "Thank you, Ami. Tell Gore thank you as well."
Can do. Right, and with that, I'm going to teleport. I'm going to use teleportation, and I'm going to teleport back to the hours, because I'm likely incredibly familiar with the area by now.
With the shelter.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ami teleports back to the shelter, and about 10 minutes later, Rivius will come walking in through the door as well.
Hello.
Hello, there you are.
You got him all settled?
Yep, he's with the medical team at the Dreadforts now. Probably be lending his assistance in terms of information and ways around the city. Who knows?
Good.
He might throw his lot in with the day of reckoning. Don't know yet.
I don't think he looks very. He looks that. He doesn't look very good.
Remember the reviews. This day is still at least 3 to 4 months out. He'll have had time to heal by then.
That's fair.
All right, and now we head back to the pits.
Well, I didn't have soul spell, so I couldn't have really helped anyways. So, good luck, man.
Good luck, Panda. We couldn't help you that
It's
much, honestly.
fine.
We just wanted to take a little peek. A wee peek.
Well, no, you did plenty just by getting the guy out and then, getting the peak is good so you can know about it later.
War asset acquired.
War asset
Someone-
acquired. Old
somebody-
injured tiefling.
Excellent
War
information
asset.
from the former smuggler out of the city of Eternia.
Yeah,
He is
pit fighter
incredibly,
smuggler.
he's incredibly grateful. He's incredibly grateful to his rescuer and will provide assistance to the Elerian army as requested.
And somehow he provides more than an entire fleet.
Shut up.
So he's some more levels of war asset.
Alright, so
Anyways,
Sure, you
enough
get-
else of what
you
you
get-
mean.
you get an hour, you get given a full course meal.
Sheesh.
And your choice of wine from the stores.
He just drinks very lightly. Drinks more water than anything. Doesn't want to be impaired for the later fight.
Oh. And at the end of the hour, you are called back to participate in your second fight. As you walk back out into the gates, you see on the other side of the gate another shadowy figure. This one, as you would expect, much, much larger. As he walks out into the arena.
Look at these funky. Look at that dude.
And you see this towering minotaur with horns that are covered in glowing magical runes that seem to have been etched directly into the ivory of the bones.
Graham, I have to deal with a room night.
That's not. Listen, as long as he doesn't have Cloud Rune, it's fine.
And
If he has Cloud Rune, then it's a problem.
as he walks out, behind him, you see a weapon rack filled with pretty much all of the great weapons.
Excellent. There's even a great bow. Not that he would use it.
And he seems to look over at you, Gore, and then peruse his weapons as he walks through.
Okay, Mr. Smug Man. Good lord.
Okay, asshole.
That's not.
He
That's
stop-
not
he
being an asshole.
stops-
That's just being high and mighty.
He stops.
Yeah.
He stops at the greatsword, looks at you again, sees the greatsword on your back, shakes his head, and then walks a bit further and picks up the great axe.
Bruh.
Who's gonna be?
As-
Who's it gonna be? Average damage versus higher max. Average higher on average, but versus consistency.
Dun dun dun.
And we will once again enter into initiative, and we will be
let
using
me-
some music provided by DG for this one.
Okay. Roll that initiative. Oh, there's.
One moment, I will fix that. 14. And hold on. Clear. Add Gore, 14. And then you. Oh, wait, thank you. Alright, so Gore, you get to act first.
All right. First thing I do.
As he seems to just hold his great axe in one hand and just stares you down.
Point the great sword at him with one hand. Lower my stance, and then prepare to die, and then just rage immediately. My 13 temp HP. Move my 20 feet that for raging. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move my 35 feet to get right up in his face immediately.
Oh, damn.
And let's start off with a big swing. Great Weapon Master, let's go.
Alright.
Make it reckless. 19?
19 hits.
And I get to reroll the 1. D6.
Nice.
That's a 2 now. So 24 damage.
Alright.
And swing 2. Oh, that misses.
That misses very much so.
That's the turn.
So you sprint in, charging at him, and as you get into range, you take 2 large swings with your great sword. One catching him right across one of his horns and taking a large chip out of one of the horns and the rune connected to it. The other one takes a swing and it swings slightly wide, your balance being thrown slightly off from the hardness of the ivory for his horns. And he just stares at you and just says, "Bane will enjoy watching you die." And the runes on his horns all light up and turn from a glowing green to a bright fiery red as he himself rages.
Okay.
And he is going to reckless attack. Actually, he doesn't even need to, but he's going to for the aesthetic. And he is going to take 2 swings at you with his great axe. As he takes the swing with the great axe, you see it light up with the same fiery red, with runes, of runes across it.
Oh, hey.
It is a +1 great axe.
Oh.
20. 12 slashing.
And
And he gets add rage to that, actually. So
yeah, he does add rage to that.
unless it's already in there somehow.
Don't think I don't know.
It is not.
Okay, so it's 14, so I take 7.
Yep.
6 HP left. He's already done more
And-
damage than the other guy.
And he's going to swing again. 13. He does not hit with the second swing.
Well, it is reckless. You get the
It
other
is
guy.
reckless, so
Oh, yeah, he should be rolling it.
does
no
have
advantage.
advantage.
Alright, so let's roll that again. And this
18 just hits.
Right.
Alright, so damage 14, 16, so that's 8.
Oh, I take 2 real damage.
Rudy.
Oh, there's my temp HP already.
I mean, hey, that's pretty big.
Yeah. Soaked up 2 hits.
Plus, if you drop your rage, I mean, plus if you drop your rage, you do it again.
True.
Wow.
One moment.
I don't like that. Never like it when the DM says 1 moment, please.
Da, 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 da. All right. All right, that will be the end of his turn. You may go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna now do my make it extra fancy because it's an arena fight. But the drawing of the sword across the horns to spark it up, and now it's on fire.
All right.
And I want to make sure I get some hits in. As much as I want Great Weapon Master, I'm just gonna swing normal. But
Please don't create that hard. Good lord, man. No one can help you if you go down.
Yeah. Hope for consistency. Flametongue Greatsword, that's a miss. And then again,
That is a hit.
that is a hit.
Might want to activate the great sword. Oh,
It is.
okay. All
That's
good.
why I have this version of it.
Nice.
14 slashing, so he gets half of that, so 7. And then the
That's 7
10
and
fire.
then 10 fire.
Is he hopefully isn't a
17.
totem bard. Air totem bard. Tragic.
All right, so you. Ooh, microphone was solo. You drag your sword across your horns, and it ignites on fire, and the crowd gives a roar as they see the blade ignite. You take 2 swings. The first one pings off this Minotaur's large, probably slightly overgrown horns. And the second one you bring back round and you cut him straight across his face, leaving a small burning scar as the fur around his face is still slightly singed and smoldering. And is that your turn?
You know what? Do this big action surge. I'll swing 2 more times.
All right.
27, which is a crit
That
for me,
hits.
actually.
Oh my god, that is actually
Alright.
good.
Because I have the champion fighter, so that's another
Another
2d.
5.
Just
That's 2d6 and
Another 2d6, but I need a.
another 46. Remember?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
I
so
want,
it's
I want to
both.
separate it so that it's slashing then fire.
There.
Yeah.
2d6 slashing. Slash R. 2d6.
yeah, /R.
And
Nice.
then. So that's 11 for the slashing there, and then 10 for the fire.
Lord.
And actually, I
Alright.
did roll a 1 on the fire earlier, so.
56.
All right, so reroll that one quickly.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
popping
So
off over
that's-
here, aren't you?
So 15, 26,
It's 13.
26.
Okay, so
9.
minus 13. That is 9 plus 10, so 19.
And that's the
All right.
first attack. Second attack. right? No, did I miss one already? I missed one, right? I just rolled so many things.
You swing twice, then now you're action surging,
Missed
so you
another
get
one. Hold on.
one more. Yeah,
20.
20 hits.
Boop. Now I'm gonna re-roll that one and the other one. So roll. Do it separate again, so we know this is for the slashing. It's a 2, so it doesn't make a difference on that.
12. Yeah,
Really.
so
And that's a
6.
4. It's up to 9.
So that goes up to 9. All right.
26 slashing, 19 fire,
How
45 total damage. It's more 13,
much?
13 plus 19.
I roll so many dice.
32 damage from that first attack.
And do I want to use this?
All right. Anything else you want to do?
Bonus action. Let's go with just continue the putting on a show. Let's do the hammering horns. Make him do that saving throw.
All right.
Bonus actions. Make that DC 16 strength. It's he's tough, so don't expect him to get shoved, but we'll see. That's the enemy having to make a saving throw.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. One moment. That wasn't set up properly. Let me just quickly set that up properly. That'll be that. There we go. Now it's set up properly. Yeah, no.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
You take another 2 slashes at him, gouging his one arm and then his chest with your flaming sword, and then you push him with your horns, and he locks his horns with yours. The crowd lets out a massive cheer as while your heads are close to each other, he just tells you, "Ah, a real fight. Good. I don't have to hold back for once." He's then going to break the yeah. He's then going to break the lock with you, and he's going to take a swing at you with his great axe. I did that wrong. One moment, otherwise it's gonna be very wrong. There we go.
Yep.
20 and 14 damage. Plus 2 from raging, 16 damage.
Okay. Minus 8 from raging.
Then, one moment.
Before I take the damage, or gun?
Before you take, well, you can add that damage.
Okay.
Plus that. You take an extra 11 necrotic damage.
Ooh. Okay.
As his sword slashes into you, and you can feel like your skin is being eaten away by the blade itself.
That work? Nope, that didn't work. I forgot to do that already. I've been. How do I?
No, click on the
On the red one, yeah.
yeah. If you click on the red one, then type in minus
minus the 11.
Yeah. It'll be.
It's actually not letting me click on it, so I'll just do it. I've been doing it
Hold
in
on.
the.
I think.
character sheet.
Yeah, that's on me. You should be able to now.
Oh, let's see. No, it's not letting me. That's okay. I'll just So it'll be 96.
Tokens.
Yeah, that's fine. It's working on the character sheet. It's translating back to it. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. It should work now, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then going to deliver a second attack. 22,
That will hit.
18, 20 damage.
Okay.
It's like actually 10 damage.
Okay, that's still significant. So
This one does not get any added damage from the product.
let's see.
And he'll say after taking the 2 swings, do you feel the power of pain coursing through your veins yet?
Runs from the pain and just keeps his mouth shut because he really wants to start shouting praise to Helm right now, but can't. That'd be a
All
bad
right, that'll be
idea.
his turn. Go ahead, Gore.
All right. Let's see. I swing. 23.
That hits.
And double all ones.
All once.
Oops, all ones. So slash roll 2d6 for the slashing.
Okay.
Still a 1. And
So
and
10
then slash
slashing,
roll
10
d6 for
slashing,
fire. Hey.
and that's 8 fire. So 10 slashing is actually 5. 5 plus 8. That's 13.
Fire.
That's total. There's 13 total damage. This feels good. It just feels good o'clock. This champion is getting fucking rocked.
And then again. And
Again.
more
Again.
damage. That's a 2. I can reroll that. That's another 2. I can reroll that.
All right.
That is.
All right. So that's
8.
13.
13 slashing. It's down to 7.
And that
So that's
is
6 down.
9 fire.
So 6 slashing and fire. 15 total damage.
Alright, and bonus action. Second wind.
Ouch.
Wowie.
Let's see. It was a d10 plus.
D10 plus character plus.
Or
Five.
plus con. So
No.
3. So.
No, it's D10 plus fighter level. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna just double check that.
Well, same. It's the same either way. I have 3 and 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's
level.
fighter level, yeah.
Important distinction.
So let's roll d10 plus 3.
Nice.
Get 6 HP back.
Not bad. Well,
Up then.
like half an attack.
And that'll be the turn.
All right. One moment while I just. Okay. Once again, after you deliver another 2 large blows to him, cutting him across one leg, and then coming up to catch him in the face once again. Your sword leaving him with small smoldering patches of fur all across his body as he hasn't really bled much, seeing as the flames cauterize the wound as soon as it's made. He grunts and he just says, maybe finally someone will finally put an end to me, huh? And then I get to return to Bane. And he takes another big swing at you with his axe.
Oof. Okay. 19.
19 slashing.
It's down to 9. 83. That's what I'm at.
And 8 necrotic.
That puts me at 75.
And then he takes another big swing at you with his axe. 26.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
10 slashing, 5 damage. 6 damage. There's extra 2 from range.
Yes. My HP is now nice.
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 Alright, and then Gore, it's your turn once more.
Yeah, I'm not going to end my rage early, actually, because it actually costs a bonus action, so it costed another one to.
Yeah, but what,
negate the
what
use of
exactly
the
are you
10
using
HP.
your bonus? What exactly are you using your bonus action on, though?
Well, no, the thing is, I would have to use the bonus action to end it. Then he gets
I
a
think
full
it's-
attack on me without the me raging.
Pretty sure it's free. Let me check.
No, it's you can also end your bonus or your rage as a bonus action.
I just want to check for myself just.
Yeah. But I will start swinging.
Alright, give me some swinging.
24.
It's a bonus action. That's weird.
Yeah, I think they just want to make sure you don't do shenanigans like that if you have something else that.
Yeah, well, no.
Alright, nothing to be re-rolled there.
Nope.
So that is 6
15.
slashing and a 9 fire.
Then the second swing. Hey, that's a crit.
Oh boy.
There we go.
I'm going to reroll 2 ones there. 2d6.
No ones for fire.
Yep. But there's a
There's
2,
a 2 in
actually.
the
I can
fire,
reroll
though.
the 2, so.
Alright, so that's 10, 14 plus 10. 24, 12. Then that is 8 plus. So that's 19. Alright.
And because I crit, I'm using Great Weapon Master's other part, where I can now take a bonus action attack.
Alright.
23.
23 hits.
And
Alright.
that's a reroll. So, another 15
Alright,
damage.
so that is. Alright, one moment. Alright, so he needs to do that. Gore,
Yes.
you take a slash across him. You take 3 slashes across him. All of them seem to land hard. The second one landing particularly hard, and you using the momentum from that to launch into a third strike. That is a blow that should have put him down, but he continues to stand, breathing heavy. It seems the glow in his eyes dimming a little as he says, "My faith is stronger than you." And he takes another swing at you with his great axe.
Hey, finally misses.
He takes another swing, and that
He
one
crits.
crits. He doesn't get a crit, though, because of your armor.
Yes.
So, that is 15 damage.
So 7.
Actually, one moment. He does. Does he still get the effect of brutal critical? Probably not. 'Cause he doesn't actually crit.
He still crits. No, he still crits. It just deals
Okay,
deal
well, yeah,
extra.
it just doesn't deal the extra damage from the crit, but he will still
Yeah,
get
I'm
from
assuming
brutal.
brutal critical would still go through. That's only fair.
So he will roll 1d12, 5 extra damage.
Let's see. So that was 2 more damage total. Oops. 60. Okay.
Alright. And that will... since that hit, he also does
The necrotic.
1d6... 8 necrotic damage. Alright. Go ahead, Gore.
Gore is starting to breathe hard.
Starting
And
to.
then your faith in your god is strong, but I've just broken you. And then crawl back to him. And then I just start swinging.
Alright. Okay. We're at a point where, yeah, that first swing, you bring the sword forward and you just stab it through his chest. And he just falls slightly as he goes slightly limp, and he just says, "Good. I'll see you at the final battle then." And he pulls you forward, driving the sword further through him. And then he just falls limp on your sword.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to be fighting an undead champion of some sort.
He probably See you at the final battle. That's not ominous. Not at all.
I mean, God stuff has been happening, obviously, so...
It obviously has, yes. I think Bane knows what's happening.
By the way, I double tap. I want to make sure he's
Make
not
sure-
getting saved.
Don't let Mass Effect 1 happen, please. Not this time. No, Sovereign. No, you don't get to resurrect another body, bitch. Fuck you.
Yep.
Make sure he's dead.
Alright, and that will be the end of initiative.
This class combo makes multi-classing worth it so much.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking nasty, not gonna lie, man. I usually give multiclass a lot of shit, but that is the one combo I will say, you know what? That's fucking nasty shit.
It'll only get nastier as I hit higher levels of barb.
Alright, so Gore, you don't need to roll a performance for this one. The crowd is shocked, stunned. They are speechless for a good 10 seconds. And then you just hear just a solo, very loud clap coming from Woodrow. As the entire crowd then breaks out into cheers.
Hit him with the plant the sword on the ground. Just hold it. Just hit him with that.
I planted it in the body.
Still on fire?
Still on fire.
Nice.
The body sizzles. As you plant the sword into the body, the corpse carriers, of which there are this time 4 of them, they come out. One of them pulls a belt off of the dead Minotaur and hands it to you.
I take it in the one hand.
And he says he requested a championship belt. So I guess that makes you the new champion.
Goro will actually laugh at this a bit, and then raise it above his head for the crowd.
And as you raise it above your head, I will tell you, Gore, you have just gotten a belt of hill giant strength.
Nice! 21 strength.
Okay.
Hey, how's your strength to 5, my guy?
Hey.
Oh yeah.
+1.
+1, PogChamp. But hey, you don't have to invest into strength
I
anymore.
don't. I can put into con and get my HP up higher, and
True.
and
Or
my
your other-
AC.
Or your other stats, or just take feats.
Yes. Now that HP and AC is sounding nice.
True. It is sounding nice, huh?
All right. And as the cheers go, we will pull away from the arena, pull away from the city itself, as we go to a lone Elwyn walking through the woods towards one of the beast camps. And Elwyn, as you emerge from the trees near one of the camps, you see, when people told you that there were several beast camps outside the walls of the city, you were expecting medium-sized camps with maybe a couple of hundred in them. As you emerge from the trees, you see a sprawling tent metropolis with probably thousands of tents.
Do I see any guards?
There are a few patrolling, but they are very few and far between.
Okay. I guess it's not. So my mission here is to just make contact with them, or
Your mission is whatever you want it to be.
well, no, I mean,
Yeah, is to make contact and see if you can do anything or if they can do anything to make even more ruckus, I believe.
oh, okay. I guess I'm conferring with the party because
Yeah,
So
you would
there's
have talked
two-
about it
yeah.
before.
So there's two options that pop into my head right now. One is diplomacy. Me go in there, talk with them. The third one is me try and enrage them, and then have them blame it on the not Empire. Yeah. Probably gonna do number one though, because I don't think Elwyn would do number two. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of what's the best way to proceed right now.
Yeah, all good. Take your time. We've got a bit of time left. We will end the session probably after you've made contact or decided what you want to do, and then we'll come back straight into yours next session.
Okay. I guess for right now, I'm gonna take down my hood because I keep it up whenever I'm in the capital.
Yeah, because ears.
Yeah, because ears. Yeah. So I'd take it down so they're at least a little bit more trusting of me. Is there like a... I know this is gonna sound stupid, a bigger tent than everybody else's?
Give me a perception check, and this is based off sight, yes. Alright. With an 18, you wouldn't say it's bigger per se, but there's definitely a tent that seems to be a bit more, what's the right word, important looking, judging by the simple fact that it's on the highest hill here, so it stands out above the rest.
Well, I guess there's definitely a difference between like a war camp and like a like a living camp, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, this is very clearly a living camp.
Okay.
But the thing that makes this tent look more important is the fact that it's a fairly large hill, but it's the only tent on it.
Okay. I think Elwyn is going to try and get one of the guards' attention. So, just not to catch anybody by surprise.
Alright. So, it's fairly easy to get a guard's attention. You're a humanoid in a camp full of bugbears, goblins, and other goblinoid species, so you stand out. So
yeah. So I'm just like, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I'm just like, I would like to speak with your leaders if I could.
You want to talk with the leader of this camp?
Yes.
Well, these beasts aren't really intelligent enough to have and he puts air quotes leader, but the one they seem to hold in regards as a high chief lives up in the tent there, and he points to the one on top of the hill.
I see. What's the guard look like that I'm looking at right now?
This guard is a human in fairly standard foot soldier gear.
Is he in whatchamacallit, Elerian? Not Elerian,
yes, he's wearing Imperial armor. He's also human.
Oh shit. I thought the guards were...
No, the guards that walk around are human. The camp itself is filled with beast racists.
Oh, my bad. I didn't understand that.
That's all right.
God. Okay, so can I have my hood up or no?
Yeah, you can have your hood up. You wouldn't just walk up to an imperial dressed human with your hood down and your ears out.
Yeah. Okay. I thank the guard and then I walk away. I guess I walk towards that camp.
All right. As you're walking towards, one moment.
Also, I'm not stealthing, so I mean.
As you're walking towards the tent, you hear what sounds like crying. As you then hear a man just shout, "Be quiet! You beasts have no purpose here except to be fodder. No sense in crying over some dead relatives. Do you even know what a family is?" If you take a look, you would see one of the human dressed guards staying over a crying bugbear who seems to be holding a small drawing looks to have been made by a child.
I cry. I'm gonna make an random arbitrary will save.
I can't believe the PF2 is so ingrained into you. You called it a will save. No.
Okay. Elwin keeps his composure. So I look over the situation. It's just man being mean to who are they being mean to? A goblin or
A bugbear.
a bugbear?
You know.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that? It's a bugbear. So I know, like.
Look, it's okay. Bugbears are cool.
Are they
As-
though?
Yes, they are.
Alex got crit down by 1 because he took an A off
I'm allowed to be hesitant about
in his
anything.
first session.
Yeah, first session here. Almost fucking died to a bugbear crit because I decided to be try and play dangerous and took an A up and then got fucking crit downed. So, you know.
So, okay. So
The slightest bit of prejudice against bugbears.
I'm just gonna look at something real quick. I'm just looking through my spell list.
That's just that guy's super racist though, dude. Like, do you know what a family is? Of course you do. You dumbass motherfucker. There may be beef, but they're not fucking stupid.
Man, Taylor's angry.
I'm gonna
Taylor's
shove this.
also being racist, calling them beasts. Just kidding.
They're beast races though, but like they're humanoid. I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm just teasing.
I'm not the one who doesn't think bugbears have family. Don't have family though.
Okay.
Oh no,
So-
he knows that they have families. He thinks that they won't understand the concept of family.
I'm shoving my warhammer up his ass.
Yeah, no, I made that wisdom save because I was like, Elwin probably would have tried to do something right there. But I don't. He's not a rogue, so
And he knows he's got work to do.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's fine. We'll get you the cloaking module from a ghost. Starcraft. It's fine. You can just shoot. You can just shoot from invis from your heart's content.
Yeah, I need that. But yeah, I try. Okay, so when I was looking around, I guess there's a lot more bugbears than there are guards.
A lot. Bugbears, goblins,
Yeah.
they are everywhere.
Are there orcs here?
Orcs. You see a couple of minotaurs. There's not too many, but they are here.
Okay.
You even see a
Taking
centaur.
notes. Oh, a centaur. Do they have a pole arm and have a mustache?
Do they? Does the name start with an H? And do they have an incredibly southern accent?
They are wearing commoner clothing.
Okay.
Damn, it's not him. It's not the one and only. He wouldn't get himself locked up in a camp. He's far too cool to get locked in a camp like this.
Okay. So, I guess he'll just continue to make his way.
Alright, as you leave, the guard just turns around and just leaves the bugbear to its sobbing.
Well, okay. Well, actually, hold on. Wait. I made a change my mind.
Alright.
So after the guard's like out of earshot or away, I can safely do that, right?
Yeah, you can just wait for a moment. When you see him leaving, you can just stop and just wait for him to get out of earshot.
Yeah, and then I go back to the bugbear and I just ask him, "Is what's wrong?" friend?
My sister, she was drafted into the war as a nurse, and she died in one of the Elerian army's assaults.
You can tell, like, just written on Elwin's face, concern, condolences. He'll look and then just say, "I am so sorry for your loss, my friend." And then he'll take a random piece of cloth he has or something, and then offer it to him.
He'll look at the piece of cloth and he'll take it. Thank you. I know nobody here has much, save for the damned guards. So anything is appreciated. Do you have your hood down, or is it still up?
It's still up for now until I get into the big camp, so it's still up.
It's rare to see humans act to us with kindness, even if it is just a passing gesture.
I'm so sorry. I wish there was more I could do for you. I know things are rough. Hopefully things can change soon. I need to see your leader though first.
Mm-hmm. The humans don't let us have a proper leader, but we still have a chief.
Yes. I would need to speak with him. We need to discuss, and then he'll take a second. Living conditions.
Thank you. And he sort of uses the cloth that you gave him to wipe his eyes.
Oh, by the way, so the drawing that he had, was it torn up or something, or?
No, it was just something of his sister's to remember her.
Oh, okay.
When she was young.
Oh, okay. I'm about to be like, I hope that soldier didn't just tear up that.
No, he's still holding it.
Okay. Yeah, and then I thank him. I would give him gold, but I don't know how that works. So
suddenly a bugbear in one of the beast camps came into a lot of gold. They were promptly executed for theft.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm worried about. Or if they could even spend it. You know what I'm saying? If there's even commerce. He'll put a hand on his shoulder, and then he will nod, and then he will walk towards the chieftain's tent.
All right. So you make your way up the hill to the chieftain's tent, and there's no guards or anything. You just walk in and you see a small goblin standing on a rickety desk, shouting at someone, just going, "No, no, 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 no!"
Okay, and then at this point, I lower my hood, though.
Get out! No, no, stop touching! No. And he hops off the desk, and you see a hobgoblin quickly walk out as the goblin swats at him. Ah, guest. Yeah. Elf. Elf?
Half elf, but that's fine.
Okay. Didn't expect to see someone of your kind here. Okay, come. Clearly, you would have something important to talk to me about if you'd risk coming here. Come at the desk. And he hops back onto the rickety desk and has a little bit of a wobble before he stabilizes himself.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And then he will take a seat on the opposite side of the desk.
So, what brings a half elf? One, to the Imperium, two, to Eternia, and three to my camp.
To question, do we have like insignias from Elerian? Like
Probably
identifiers?
Plenty. Probably plenty.
You have quite a lot of Etherian's money.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, like, I'm talking about like I mean, there'd have to be like some kind of badge or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's insignias that you can have at any point.
Okay, yeah, I show him something like that.
He squints at it. And he squints at you. I should call the guards on you.
You could. Would they believe you though?
Maybe not. Either way, I don't really feel like calling them right now.
I do
Recently,
want to talk about.
Recently, they've been taking our food supplies.
Yes, I've seen one of the guards mistreating one of your camp residents here, a bugbear. I should have gotten his name, but no.
Yeah, they mistreat us all the time. They see us as nothing but beasts and slaves. They don't think we have any kind of intelligence.
Well, maybe we could use that to your advantage. Maybe. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the thing. Underestimate enemy is very dangerous.
That's always a danger, yes. Did you know these Imperials like to use bombs? I'm sure you've heard of it.
Smile.
I know.
It was my grandfather who invented them.
Ooh.
Not- Or is that similar to and he'll like try and remember the cannons. That's similar to the cannons or something?
The cannon.
The Etherian's cannons are based on a similar design principle of using a substance my father called boom powder. The Imperials like to call it gunpowder instead.
I see.
Guns.
So how does such an illustrious inventor's ancestors end up an outcast?
Oh, quite simple. We came through the tear. Wrong time, wrong place. Came right out into the Imperium. My family wanted to resettle, and we heard about the tear. Not much news came back from it, but we figured, we'll give it a shot. What's the life of a goblin if not experimentation?
And then he'll nod. Are goblins like super rare in this world or no?
No, they are quite
They're goblins. It's goblins.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
A lot of them came through the tear 200 years ago, and goblins breed like rabbits.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
All right, just making sure. I will ask him. Have you heard anything from the capital?
I hear plenty from the capital, mostly about how people are starving.
I've
I
heard
don't
that.
know starving.
I heard there's rumblings of an upheaval of some kind.
Upheaval. I've heard a few rumors about just how badly the Imperium lost the Dread Keeps.
Yes, and it seems like that defeat has spread to the masses, or at least the poverty-stricken masses. I will try to be, and then he'll like take us. I'll try to be clear. We are thinking that maybe if there was some kind of uprising in the city, well, maybe there could be a force outside of the city to help either divert resources or destroy the resources between them.
And he he starts to stand. He starts to stand a bit taller. You can see him lifting himself up a little bit, lifting his heels to make himself look a little taller, and he just goes, "Are you asking me?" And he leans in closely to betray the Imperium.
I'm asking you to get the heel that is off your throat. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A chance to get the heel, the iron boot that is on your throats off of you. I know that, and then I try and and I know that you're powerful, that they underestimate you. I have seen a bugbear's strength, and I have seen a goblin's cunning.
He gives a little, very sinister and slightly unnerving laugh, and he goes, "Let me show you something."
Yeah, and then please, and then I follow him, but I try and keep myself low as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, not trying, like, I'm trying to keep myself low to, like, not like, I'm trying not to make myself appear any bigger.
He's just taking you somewhere else in the tent.
Okay, yeah.
It is not going outside yet. He runs off the desk, and as he jumps off, it sort of collapses, and he just stops for a moment, turns around and looks at it. Can't get proper nails. And he just turns back around, runs to where he was swatting away that hobgoblin, and he pulls away a small piece of cloth, and you can see a pile, a box filled with little granules of black powder.
Oh shit!
This is very impressive. Very impressive indeed.
The Imperium doesn't miss when you steal a few grains from every palm.
I can understand that, and plus they don't think of you as people, so they I mean, what do they wouldn't expect you to do anything like this.
They expect us to carry them to walls and then blow them up. Usually with us standing next to them.
I have heard that they treat the may I ask what your tribe is called?
The Imperials refer to us as Camp 6. We haven't really organized enough to have a tribal name.
Well, I will just use that they call you if that is okay.
Of course.
I would say I've heard of them using the beast tribes as a fodder race to either weaken defenses or cover their main forces.
Yes, they like to push us into the front lines. If you're lucky and you're a smart hobgoblin, you sometimes get promoted to a division commander. So they get to order us around while they're getting ordered around by the people above them, which is everybody.
He'll take note of that. He will ask, if you were to, what is it that you would want to see happen out of all of this?
If my people could just be allowed to live in peace and organize into tribes like we're used to, maybe even our own society, our own land.
And then he'll nod.
It'd be nice to be recognized as people instead of savages.
Well, I have only been with the Elerian army for just a little tiny bit, but I do know that they would definitely treat you a lot better, and they would be open to the idea of having a beast tribe homeland of some kind. But I cannot say for sure, but I will. But I mean, I would think that would happen a lot sooner than with the Imperium.
It's a potential. Potential is better than nothing, which is what the Imperium gives us.
But I can assure you that they will, at the very least, they will treat you as people, and they will accept you.
All right.
But what we need is basically, we are just trying to cause as much mayhem and as little as possible, because as we know right now, the poverty-stricken areas of the capital are unhappy. The entertainment district, the arena, is unhappy. Just many people are unhappy. So if we cause as much mayhem as possible, the army won't be spread too thin to prepare a defense at home, since they are taking care of the Elerians near the Dreadfort.
And he sort of strokes his chin as he thinks. I think I know a way we could cause some chaos. And he looks at the black powder.
Yes,
I've been wanting to use this for a while.
Yes, and plus you could do this, and nobody would know that it was the Beast Tribes, because that would imply that maybe you had a plan, and they don't think you can think.
Never underestimate the cunning of a goblin.
I know from firsthand to never ever underestimate goblins.
And he picks up one of the granules of black powder and then sort of eats it. Excellent. Well then, how about when your chaos breaks out, there'll be a minor catastrophic explosion at the North Wall.
And yes, and
I'll be sure to negotiate with some of the other tribes.
that is all that we can ask of you. Whatever you could help with this would be more than enough, honestly. An outside force would alleviate a lot of the mayhem that might, well, it might alleviate a lot of the pressure that would be inside the walls.
Yes. Yes.
Is there like a map around here or something?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. So yeah, he'll just say the north wall. Okay, I'm gonna talk above table, I guess, I guess if I can talk. Never mind.
Yeah.
After this meeting, I might have to talk to the party, but for right now, I know officials that are very high up and very close, have a close ear to the king. I will speak with them. Maybe I can have some of them visit here to speak with you personally, but they have to say that they can bend the king's ear is an understatement. I will talk with them about it. But if you can do this, this would be greatly beneficial to them, and in turn, the king of Elerian.
if we can reach some sort of agreement with the King of Elerian, I will be more than happy to help, as will my people.
Yes. That would be fantastic. We can speak of such details at a later date, but for right now, I appreciate the audience at such a moment's notice.
Well then, I suppose we should do that custom with a shake on it. And he holds out his hand.
And then he'll reach out and shake it. He'll reach out and shake it, but then he'll ask, like, after they're done shaking hands, is there anything that you would require in the immediate term?
We're always in short supply of food here, especially now that the Elerian army is, since the Imperium army is taking more of our rations for their troops.
Do you have crops of some kind? Or farmland?
We have small gardens, nothing too fancy, but we try and make do.
I'm probably gonna do the 8-hour plant growth thing.
Alright. They're gonna spend the next 8 hours here just helping them with their crops.
Pretty much, yeah. I'll probably So let me read the spell. But yeah, that's basically what I'm probably gonna do. Since while they're, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
All right. While you're busy doing that, you see the chieftain specifically gets a few of his people to make sure the guards are in positions where they wouldn't see what's going on.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about, but yeah.
They make sure the guards get distracted at the right times and
yeah, all plants in a half
cause a bit of as one of the guards put it, idiotic mischief.
Yeah, okay, so all plants in half a mile radius. I don't know how big this camp is, but I think that would cover it at least, right?
Probably.
How big is 100 feet? 100-foot
No,
radius?
it's half a mile radius. I don't think it's 100 feet. Hold on one second. We'll get the non-Merkin unit.
All plants in a half-mile radius, central point. Yeah, what's a half mile in?
804 meters.
804 meter radius. That's pretty fucking huge. That covers,
so yeah, a kilometer.
Yeah, that covers a very good chunk of the camp. Yeah, not quite the whole camp, but most of it.
Yeah, it'll at least cover the main growing areas, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend the next 8 hours doing that.
All right.
And that would probably be the best time to end it, probably, because, you know.
Yep, and that'll be when we end today's session with Gore having just become the champion of the Imperial Pits.
And Elwyn sowing the seeds of dissent.
Literally.
Elwyn sowing the seeds of dissent amongst with the help of a very, very eager goblin.
War asset acquired.
Bomba.
And Ami has, with the help of Gore, being surprisingly good at performing.
Got lucky.
You're at a party with me.
Ami has managed to save
the first many.
A tiefling from the pits.
Nodders.
God, the helm of teleportation should not be 5,000 gold. Really
How long are you gonna keep
should.
saying that?
Until it stops being true.
5,000 gold.
Until it stops being true. Because good lord, this thing is dumb as fuck. I love it.
Phase 2,
Phase two.
Helms of Teleportation become 500,000 gold.
Yeah, I
No.
know. By decree of
No.
Ami,
By
the price of teleportation helms has increased by 100%.
That would
That
just
would
make
be
the-
10,000.
Then that's just 10,000.
Still expensive.
Yeah, I mean,
Expensive.
I'm just,
Not that's cheap. but-
Ami has looked over the price of this teleportation helmet and said, "This is bullshit."
See, the problem is, the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, it's okay-ish, because you still have to circumnavigate the fact that you're still having to cast teleport, which, if you're not familiar with how it works, / have things to circumvent how fuck you can be, can very much fuck up your day very badly.
Yeah, that was my second idea for a character with a bard. After you said that, I was like, oh. I was about to play bard, but then I was like, I didn't have any art for what I wanted to do, so I was like, eh.
I mean, you can always just use base art, you know.
Yeah, maybe in the next one. I like how Ellen is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Ellen's a good boy.
Ellen's a good boy.
Everybody
Like how-
here's a good boy. Gore's a good boy. He's a good punchy boy. Elwin's a good boy. He's a good diplomatic boy. Rivius is a good boy. He's a good healy boy. Looking after the sick people. And Ami's a good girl.
Ami's a good girl, but she will mess you up if you look at her the wrong way.
I feel like that's literally this entire party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, I mean, yeah. She's more likely to just leave you alive at the end of it. To make you think about what you did.
And then
Well,
what?
Gore and Rivius.
Do not give a flying
Yeah.
fuck. Well, Rivius could. Well, Rivius does, because he's taken after Ame.
Except to assholes.
Except the assholes.
And heretics.
Can I just say, I wonder what it's gonna be like in next phase or whatever, when you save this person and they're like, oh yeah, I got saved by the god of knowledge in magic.
Well,
Let me
yeah.
tell you about the time the invisible god of magic saved my life.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I dropped the invis before I teleported him.
Yeah, but he's still probably embellish a story, and it sounds cool. Just be like, God of Magic spoke to me through
Yeah.
Wow.
Through the
Yeah.
mists.
Or
Through the haze of that pile of bodies.
yeah, no, these peasants are gonna have some wild stories. What? One of them's gonna be like, I got healed by whatever Rivius is.
Wow.
God of the moon.
God of the future, the god of the moon.
Yeah. I got healed by the god of the moon.
Didn't know it at
Which
the time.
one?
Well, a lot of god. Okay, difference. Saloon and Moonbow are goddesses. Rivius is a god.
Yeah, but they're just the main deities.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
the two that
aware.
got the most worship.
Yeah, I'm aware. All right, me. I'll fuck Elerian's
I
gonna be
mean-
honest.
I mean, you take what you can get.
True.
I love my fucked up little pantheon.
It's going to be less fucked. Granted, we live and everything goes well. It will be less fucked up, probably. Hopefully.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm still
Hmm.
worried that we're just gonna inflate the pantheon even more.
I mean, we're gonna have people on their own turf who play by our rules and know how to play by the rules of multiple worlds.
I suppose so.
So we have an advantage over literally everyone else if we live through all this.
I'm just saying, if I meet that guy in the street, there's a 50-50 chance that he's not gonna walk out.
Yes.
But
We don't-
Rivius
we don't-
doesn't know that.
We don't need to be implicated in murder, please. I know you want to murder, but just wait.
I wanted to
Like,
murder
yeah.
that guard.
Yes,
find
I'm
out
aware.
Tyson
Eric?
wanted to. Tyson
Yes.
wanted to put a couple arrows in through that guy's skull, but
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that ghost cloaking device for you. So, sorry.
yes,
SOL.
I need a rifle. I need to talk to King Elerian. Can I please have a rifle?
You're not having a canister rifle because that would defeat the whole point of being stealth. Because it's a gun. It's loud,
Can I?
even if it's silenced.
Yes, but I could be so far away. It doesn't matter how much noise I make.
He literally can. He can literally shoot from anywhere, as long as he has line of sight.
Anyways,